Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okey doke. We'll call the Finance Committee meeting to order. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes.
Move to approve?
Second.
On a motion and second to approve the minutes, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Claims, approve claims in the amount of $12,312,139.79.
The reason those are so high right now is because those are our tax payments out. So the next one's in August, the county will send directly, but that was our final one that we had to submit that out to all the school district, the Wisconsin Indiana Technical College, and the county.
Okay.
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion and second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve the purchase of 2 pole cameras for police department from Mid-State Organized.
Operator licenses?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, Joyce. I don't know why I do that, but. Approve the operators licenses for Hogan, Shaw, Jordan Sprecher, Mackenzie Plummer, and Taylor Moss.
Move to approve.
Second?
Motion second to approve. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve the purchase of 2 poll cameras for police department from Mid-State Organized Crime in the amount of $4,500 each with a total cost of $9,000. Chief?
Hi. So, I was thinking about our response to any future issues that may arise. Thinking about potential issues that could occur here later this spring and during the summer with more civil unrest likely on the horizon. And just as a normal tool, really, for our surveillance and investigative needs. We don't have a CCTV system in the downtown area or anywhere in the city. We don't really have a way to surveil or monitor different events. We have had access to a unit similar to this through the Drug Task Force, but it's only 1 camera, and it's based on its availability is based on whoever else in the county or tri-county area might be using it. So I thought it would be smart to have a couple of these for our own use, and that's where this request is coming from.
Jeff, I know that some other council members had sent a question to you adding, they want more cameras.
Right.
What's your thought on that? And obviously more the merrier, but they're pretty spendy.
They are spendy. They hook up very easily to a power pole. Anything that has power run to it, we can hook these things up to it. We have XL Energy helps us out with hooking those up. Basically any city property, we can mount these things to in any area of the city. I guess long term, my idea would be having actual fixed cameras at certain locations in the future. That are more high quality, right, that run back to a cloud server that are monitored in either a dispatch center or our police department, right?
So maybe start with these and then upgrade.
So, yeah, I would, the price tag on these is significantly less than what something like that would be. So that would probably be a capital request.
How much is
What are
in
the
your,
prices on the more expensive units?
Well, we're probably talking for 6 to 9 cameras, about $100,000.
Okay.
in your CIP, you're pulling that from what, and how many funds would be left?
It'd be from the existing CIP from the last cycle. I don't know the exact amount that's in there.
Allison or Aaron, do you happen to have that number? What I'm getting at is, should we order 3
Well, at this price.
instead of
I
4?
don't- Yeah, at this price, I don't think there's a problem to order, an extra one. Like Jeff said, they're not very expensive, and I know that just kind of in some of the CIP carryover for some of the projects, we probably, I think it's about $25,000-$30,000 in that range that we have some of the carryover from some different projects in the CIP that we could tap into to use for this.
What's the range on these?
The last time we used one of them, and it wasn't as high quality as these, but it was the one the task force has, and we had it mounted at the Dairy Queen, and we could zoom all the way to the Smiling Moose and see everything in between.
How about the other ones?
What's that?
How about the other ones, the more expensive ones, permanent?
Oh, permanent ones, I'm not even sure of all their capabilities, but they're more of a fixed CCTV type issue, like what you would see in like a Menards or a Home Depot, something like that.
Okay.
Is three, you
Well,
think?
Are two sufficient for your needs, or, and would you like to go with a higher quality one for another one later on?
For these systems, this is about as high quality as you're gonna get.
Okay,
When you start talking about an actual CCTV system, you're talking significant expense.
so would you be able to use more than two?
Yes.
And would they be used, what percentage of the time would they end up being used?
They'd be used probably every day. They'd be being used.
Okay,
So Jeff,
I think one thing to remember too is even if we go with these now, we'll be able to use them later if we go and we figure out budget for, plan for the more fixed CCT cameras. We can still keep using these ones in other locations. So it's not like if we buy these now, and then we upgrade later, we're out. We'll be able to keep using them. And we always have plenty of spots that we probably need things like this, so.
Yeah. And they're mobile.
So-
Other city departments, if they had a need for them, could use them. You could basically hook this up to a 12-volt battery in a car, and have it on a tripod inside the car and use it that way too. I mean, they're very versatile systems.
well, my thought is there's probably about 3 to 4 hotspots. Could you use 3? Is that good?
I think 3 would be, yeah.
I'll move to approve that we do 3 instead of the 2 and pull it from CIP funding.
I'll second.
Got a
Although
motion,
I don't know about buying something from mid-states organized crime. I was kind of concerned about that.
That's a contract that we have, and the state has, and the federal government has. It's just
disorganized crime?
It's an outfit that supports federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies.
Oh, okay. As long as you vetted them to make sure that they're legitimate. We don't want to be buying it out of their trunk, the
Yeah,
trunk
we've
of their
been
car.
involved with them for about 25 years.
Right.
Okay, have we exhausted that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve the purchase of the road patcher, thanks chief, the road patcher body from RCM Equipment in the amount of $169,732.50.
I'll take that one, Mr. Mayor. So, as you'll see, item 2.5 and 2.6 go in hand with one another. This piece of equipment was identified by myself and Public Works staff as the essential piece of equipment here. As we move forward, several years back, the city had purchased a used spray patch unit from the county, kind of as a trial basis, and we found ourselves using it pretty much every day from April on to November, whenever our budget was exhausted. And seeing that we have found it to be such a useful piece of equipment, we wanted to invest in a long-term truck mount unit that is more safe for the user to use. Instead of having two people using it like we currently do, it go down to one person, so it free up an employee. Not after dealing with the dust, the efficiencies gained. We can probably put down 4 tons of material with our current unit, and the county has a unit like the one that we bid for. They can put down 8 tons, so they can put down twice the amount of material with half the amount of staff. So we found it to be a very valuable piece of equipment that we'd like to purchase. So this was identified in the CIP. We had $300,000 earmarked for the body and then the truck. We went out for bid for the body. We got 2 bids back, one from RCM, and the amount you stated, Mr. Mayor, and then the other one from Simline Pavement Maintenance Group, which was approximately $20,000 less. As you see in the issue sheet, the one from Simline didn't meet the specs that we had put together. The spray tank was 100 gallons less than what we spec'd, so it was 300 instead of 400. The aggregate feeder system
Yeah,
was okay. The aggregate feeder system was spec'd as a conveyor. Simline spec'd it as a gravity feed. The insulation on the tank, they didn't meet the spec on that. The intent of this truck is to be able to use it now when it's 30, 35 degrees, 40 degrees to go out and start filling potholes. So that's what this truck would be able to do. So I'm recommending that we proceed with the bid from RCM in the amount of $169,732.50.
Did you request 300 for just item 2.5, or is it a combined 2.5, 2.6? You're over budget $8,300. Do you have a source for that?
Yep, so we will be selling our current unit, and we estimate that to be about $10,000.
Okay,
So that would cover the overage of $8,000.
thank you.
Was it moved?
No, I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Approve the purchase of the 2021 single-axle cab over chassis from Nuss Equipment in the amount of $138,541.
I'll move to
Need any
approve.
explanation, or you got it?
That's the truck to put the thing on.
That's correct.
Move to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Anybody have anything for future agendas?
Move to
Move
adjourn.
to adjourn.
We have a motion and second, we'll take one of those as a second. Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.